It's hard to imagine 6 generations of one family growing up and working in the same place for 150 years. But they did. The Reynolds family on Hamburg Cove, beginning with Ephraim Reynolds in 1859, built a lasting legacy of family, commerce, and community. From carriages to automobiles, and a general store, to a marine business. 1, 2, and sometimes 3 businesses at a time. They grew and changed with the world around them. Exceptionally enterprising and hardworking, the Reynolds of today continue to live by the lessons and values passed down by their ancestors.
My great-great-grandfather started building wagons here in about 1859 and successfully built them and competed until Western wagons like Studebaker came along. Then from wagon building to wagon repair, and from wagon repair to automotive repair and automotive sales, and sort of always focused on the transportation and marine business, and did it basically in the same location and has never been through a receivership. My grandfather taught me to be more cautious than I sometimes should have been. You shouldn't do something that you couldn't afford, and don't get too full of yourself, and don't buy too many of that. Sort of Depression era thinking. I can remember my grandfather one day came into the showroom and we had a Rover sedan. It was a 1969 Rover 2000 automatic. And my grandfather, chewing on a cigar as he was apt to do, walked around that car about 4 times and looked it over and looked at the Monroney label and said to me, "My God, young man, well, will you ever find anybody who will spend $4,000 for an automobile?"
As you are about to hear, family life and growing up in and around the family business has had much to do with the paths taken by the youngest generation. Life on the Cove had a special and enduring effect.
Well, as a child, I spent many a summer hanging out in the marina, helping hauling boats, taking care of boats, and helping my grandfather work on his boat. We, all through my growing up, he had several wooden boats and they required constant maintenance and attention, and that really got me started, my involvement in boating in general. He also was, he was quite a fisherman and got me started fishing. So as a kid, that's what got me started on my fishing. And then that started, basically is what became this business. My love of rigging boats and tournament fishing got me started with the idea that I thought I could sell some boats.
A twin with his sister Catherine, Hayden Reynolds recalls what brought him to the family business.
Oh, well, way back when it used to be come down and my mom thought I would be rolling in the oil, but I was really actually helping change oil and change tires and do a little bit to, I thought I was helping the guys, probably I was getting in their way, but I had fun doing it and sweeping the floor. And I remember a few times when I'd come home, my mother questioned whether I was rolling around in the oil just to get dirty or if I actually did anything down here, because my father would catch heck about it because my mom would think, "What did you have him doing today?" And I was just a kid playing with tires and oil, and half of it probably splashed on me and on the ground and vice versa. But it certainly was a great foundation for growing up in the business, because now when someone asks about a service question and stuff, I have enough of a grasp on most of that stuff, and I still do a little bit here and there, but I took more a liking to the sales end of it, so that's kind of where I ended up today in the sales department.
One of the things when I did decide to come join the family business was that I really liked the idea of carrying on a family tradition. And my education is in horticulture, which is completely not related to the automobile business. I thought about actually starting my own business in horticulture, but my father and I had a long discussion about it, and he said, you know, there's room to grow here at the family business, why don't you come join us? And I thought about it and I agreed to, and I started out in service, and I love service because I got to talk to people and I love people. I'm a people person. And I treated people with the same respect that I would want to be treated wherever I go. And I think that's something that as a family and also as a dealership we take pride in, is that we treat every individual that comes through the door the way we would want to be treated. It's been a pleasure working here. It's an honor to be able to carry on the tradition. And when I told my grandfather that I'd be joining the family business, I don't think he could have been prouder that day. And he, I think, was very excited that for once one of the girls did want to become involved with the business. And I think kudos to my father too, because he grew the business to what it is today. And we now employ 24 full-time employees. And it now does take 3 people to be able to manage everything and run everything effectively. And we each carry a different asset. Thomas carries on the tradition with the boats and his love of fishing and his knowledge there. Hayden has fulfilled, the sales end of it. And I'm kind of a little bit of everything.
Just as with the Reynolds of past generations, this one is passionate about the history, preservation, and future of their legacy and Hamburg Cove.
The future is always a tough thing to predict, but one of the things that I think my father and my grandfather, that I probably learned from them, is that all I'd like to do is leave the opportunity for the next generations to carry on the tradition if they want to.